This math summary focuses on calculating the area of squares and rectangles. Area is about finding the space inside a shape. If we look at this board, it's about how much space is inside, which is different to the outside edge when we're calculating the perimeter. When we're looking at area, we're multiplying. We're multiplying our long side or our length by our wide side or our width, and finding that inside space in centimetres squared, in metres squared. What are we talking about with all of these squares? Well, let's investigate working out the area inside some of these shapes. Here we've actually got a square shape, and I've got lots and lots of little squares inside. I could count up 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 or even rows of 4 by 4 and work out what the area is individually, but that might not be my most efficient strategy, especially when I get to larger calculations to work out. So what I do instead is think of A, area, that's my symbol, a capital A, equals my long side, a capital L, times my wide side, a capital W. I multiply. Now in a square, I actually don't have a longer side or a wider side. So what I'm thinking of is 4 is this side, and they're all 4 centimetres all the way around. I do 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and I'm talking about centimetres because my measurements are in centimetres for this question. It's talking about centimetres squared. That little 2 I pronounce as squared. It reminds me that I'm actually working out how many little squares, very equal 1 centimetre squares, would fit inside my larger shape. Here I haven't got the little squares for me to count up, so I really must use the formula instead. I've got area equals my long side times my wide side. I can see that they're all 9 centimetres, so I do 9 times 9, and that's how I get 81 centimetres squared. Well, sometimes I get my answer. I get how much the area is total, and then there's something missing. I've got length is 5 metres, but I don't know my width to make a total of 25 metres squared. So I use my formula. I say area equals my long side times my wide side. That's 25 equals 5 times something. Well, my width would have to be 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. I can tell that that's a square because each side is 5. Each side is 5 metres long.
If maths always felt this simple, your child's confidence would soar. That's why we built more than 200 core concept lessons just like this one. The link's below. Now let's finish this one together.
So using our formula in different ways is really helpful. We can also calculate the area of rectangles. We will have a long side and we will have a wide side with a rectangle. We're remembering every time that we're talking about that little 2 and calling it squared. Great reasons to remember. 2 great reasons is, first, we're multiplying our long side by our wide side. That's 2 different directions that we're multiplying. And it's always to do with flat 2-dimensional shapes when we're calculating the area. Another great reason to remember the 2. Well, here you can see my rectangle has got little squares inside it. I could count them 1 at a time or 2s all the way down, but my most efficient strategy that I'm always searching for tells me instead to do multiplication. Area equals my long side times my wide side. That's 6. My longer side is 6 centimetres, so I do 6 times 2. And that's how I get 12 centimetres squared. And I've checked, I've got centimetres in both of these, and that's what my answer has to reflect. Whereas here I'm working in metres, and my answer has to be in metres squared. So always check your diagrams. There's no little squares inside. I really must use instead my formula. Area equals my long side times my wide side, length times width. I find the longest side, which is 12 metres, and multiply it by the other side, 8. Well, that's how I get 96 metres squared. And yet again, I've been given the answer, the total area, but missing my length. I can tell my total is 48, but I only know my width is 8. So I'm trying to work out, area is my long side times my wide side. So 48 is something times 8. It must be 6 because 6 times 8 is 48. And I can tell that one side is 8 centimetres and one is 6. It's a rectangle. So calculating area, like I said, it's all about the inside space of a shape. Different to perimeter. It's a multiplication strategy. And we can work out the area of squares, rectangles, lots of different shapes. As long as we keep saying to ourselves, area equals our long side times our wide side.